Hi guys, and welcome to the last section in 5.7, and we're going to be writing and graphing linear equations being given 2 points. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to follow these steps, and we have to find the slope and the y-intercept. So the first thing we're going to do is find the slope using the slope formula. And the slope formula is m equals the change in y over the change in x. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. After we have our slope formula, we can find b by plugging in one of the points. So we've got our x and our y, and then the slope that we found in step 1. Once we solve our equation for b, we can put it into our y equals mx plus b, and we're done. So let's give it a try. Okay, we're writing the equation of a line that passes through the points -2 and 5 and 2 and -1, and then graph it. So we have two things: writing the equation and then graphing. The first thing I'm going to start is with my slope formula. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So I'm going to start from here. M equals, I draw my line and I drop my negatives or my subtraction signs down and just plug my points. So -1 here, and then 5, and then 2 and -2. So I have a change going on in the denominator. So M will equal -6 over 4, which reduces negative to -3/2. So now the next thing I'm going to do, I have my x, y, m, and b. Okay, so if I have my slope is -3 over 2, I want to think about what I'm going to multiply -3 over 2 by, and since it's y equals, let's write it up here, y equals mx plus b, I know that I want to pick an x that's nice that I can multiply that. And in this situation, I've got 2 or -2, so both of them are fantastic to use for my equation. Either way you can figure it out, but I like to put a little thought into it so I can make the math a bit easier. So we're going to pick, let's go with this one. X is 2, y is -1. Plugging it in, -1 equals -3 over 2 times 2 plus b. We cross cancel those, and that becomes 1. -1 equals -3 plus b. Add 3 to both sides, and we get b equals 2. 2. So putting our equation in slope-intercept form, y equals -3/2, halves, x plus 2. Okay, so to recap, we used our slope formula to find the slope. We plugged in what we knew. We solved for b. And now we have our equation in slope-intercept form. From there, we can go ahead and graph it. So my intercept is +2, starting with the y-intercept, +2. And once you have your intercept, you can apply your slope. It's a -3/2, so I'm going to drop down 1, 2, 3, and run 2. Okay, I can do another one, 1, 2, 3, run 2. I could also go up for my y and back for my x, so go up 1, 2, 3, and back 2, and the points will always be on the same line. So connect the points using a straight edge and put arrows, and you're good. So that's how we would do that. What I'd like you to do here is pause the video and give it a try. Remember, the first thing you're going to do is use your slope formula. Set it up. After you have your slope formula, plug in what you know. Pick either of those points. Okay, you have 2 points to pick from, the first point or the second to plug in. And solve for b, and then put your equation in slope-intercept form. So pause the video and give it a try, and then move on. We'll review in class. So we've looked at linear equations in 2 ways. We've looked at them in standard form, and we've looked at them in y equals mx plus b. So here we're going to be given it in standard form, and we're going to put it in y equals mx plus b because it's easier to solve. So basically what you're doing, and we've had a lot of practice doing this, is you're getting your y alone by moving the ax, and then by subtracting or adding the ax to move it, and dividing or multiplying by your b. So let's give it a try. Okay, so now we have to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form and graph. So here's my y, and I want to get the y alone. The first thing I have to do is move anything added or subtracted, so I'm going to move the 3x minus 3x. My 4y comes down, and I'm going to put my my x term first. to put it in slope-intercept form. My y is still not alone, so I have to divide by 4, those cancel. Y equals negative 3/4 x plus 4 goes into 12 3 times, so that's my slope-intercept. Here, excuse me, that's my y-intercept rather, and here's my equation in slope-intercept form. I'm going to go ahead and plot or graph this. We're starting at positive 3, so right here, and then I'm going to apply my slope. I'm going to drop down 3 and run 4. That's 1 point. Drop down 3 and run 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Once I have 3 points, I can go ahead and graph, obviously using a straight edge. Put your arrows, and there you go. So the equation of the line is y equals negative 3/4 x plus 3, and here is my graph, here's my line graphed on a coordinate plane. So now you have 3 other equations that you need to practice, as well as the last problem. So be prepared for class tomorrow with those 4 problems completed. Thanks.